Hello, this is JilliBling. How are you today? I have a project I'd love to share with you using the stamp set A Good Man. I know I used it last week, but there's one other project I'd like to do with you. It is this project right here, and it's using Stamparatus, and it is quite simple. And using the Stamparatus to duplicate the words and have them perfectly parallel, perfect thing. And I love this stamp set, particularly this stamp. And the sand down here is from the seashells. I know that there's an official name. Sand and Sea designer paper. Very pretty. Ooh, that'd be nice sky, nice water. But this is perfect for sand, and just a little bit is all it takes. So here's a project. We'll also be using Celebrate Sunflowers, more for the Let's Celebrate You. And I also like Know That You Are Loved, great for the inside. And Nature's Beauty, just for the grass. You're like, where's there grass on there? There is a little bit of grass right here. Then of course we'll color using the blends. This I found on Pinterest. Nikki Spencer, thank you for sharing. And hers was a little bit different. She had different words, but I don't have that set for the happy birthday anymore, which is fine, because then I could pull out Celebrate Sunflowers and do the Let's Celebrate You. And those are the colors that I used to color in Dude. And I'll keep this nearby. Memento, because we're using the blends to color. Night of Navy for the Let's Celebrate You. Crushed Curry for the Relax Your Way. And Old Olive just for a little bit of grass. Okay, let's get started. It's going to be very similar to this, but coloring Dude just a bit different. So here are the papers. Here's the sand. And you know, when I cut this one, I cut it a little bit, I think it should be shorter. So I'm going to trim it after I put it on here. But see how there's a tear? You could leave it not tore, but I think I like it better when it has a little tear. So when you're tearing, this is interesting, if you tear it pulling this piece up, you get a little white border, which to me is a little resemblant of like a white cap, or you know how the water, it kind of foams a little bit. So I'm fine with that. But if you want it so that you don't see the white, tear it away from you. And see how there's no white here? And then I'll trim this once I get it on the white paper with the words. Okay, so that's done. Oh, here, this is a good example. Where I pulled it up, revealed the white. This piece here, there's no white on it. The white is on that side. So as long as you're aware that there's differences based on how you tear, you can experiment, and I know you'll get it just how you want it. Okay, so we'll use that. This is the paper for Dude. Let's stamp Dude in Memento. Dude. And if ever you stamp and it doesn't come out perfectly black, most people are like, oh, it's fine. You can try re-inking your stamp pad. You can try stamping it one more time. And that came out a bit better, but not perfect. But I have my black blend, and of course the blends come in a light and dark. So the dark one is just like a Sharpie. The light basic black is just a shade lighter, and I use this color often. The dark basic black, I should use it just as a Sharpie, but it seems to sit there in my holder not used. So See how the black on here, there's little freckles of white? Just use your blend, go over it. Remember how we were doing this on the puffin card? Because the puffin had a big area of his feathers were all black. And if they don't come out perfect, which is kind of probable, it's nice to fill it all in. So you could do this if you want. I probably should have done it after I colored it, but that's okay. I want you to see what a difference it makes. And you don't have to color in every little bit of this line art, just wherever you see the little white freckles coming through, because trying to trace all this beautiful perfect line art, because it's a little thinner there, thicker up here, it's kind of impossible. But if you just do whatever is obviously not stamped, see, look at the difference, particularly on this bar of his chair. It just makes it better. Okay, so have that. Here's base paper, Night of Navy. Perfect for this project. I didn't pull out my basics. I was ready. I was ready to get started. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of crushed curry and 2 pieces of Whisper White or Basic White. Those are for the inside. These are for the top. Dude is going to be colored. Here's my sand. Let's start with the fun part. Let's do the Let's Celebrate You. Do you notice how it's full strength? A little lighter, lighter, lighter. Much cool. Stamparatus does all the work. Okay, so here's the white paper, and we'll use navy, and I will want a prop underneath it. Stamparatus. And I'm going to start with Let's Celebrate You. Let's see, can you see all this? If you can see that. So I just put a little guide here, and it doesn't matter if you're not exactly in the center. The more centered in front of my little lines in the middle of them is better, because then the words Let's Celebrate You will be in the center of the card. But if it's off just a little bit, or if it moves and you put it back, that's okay. Okay, Night of Navy ink. And I'm going to ink it with the navy only one time. Hinge step. Pick it up, put it in the next set of guides. It's going to be a little lighter. Yep. Drop down one more. Aren't you impressed? Look how perfectly I'm stamping all of those. I love Stamparatus. Perfect. Okay, so now I'll flip it over, and now it's time for crushed curry. Done with navy. I was reading on Nikki's blog about this project, and she says, first of all, I love that stamp, and I agree with her. She says, second of all, doing the hinge step with Stamparatus, that's a lot of fun. And I agree with Nikki on both of those comments. So the Relax Your Way, I'm doing it full strength on all 4 of these repeats. You could do it lighter and lighter. It might become too light because curry is a little bit of a lighter color versus the navy. Okay, there it is. Just like that, the background is done. Okay, crushed curry is done. So let's see what we got going over here. This is good. So the sand, remember how I said I wanted to trim it down? Also, when you use this paper, sometimes you see a little bit of the print from the backside coming through. For instance, I see some pink red right there. It's the shell. But once you put the guy on here, you hardly notice that. So I'm going to attach this and then trim it because I want it to be a little bit shorter on this card. I want it to be the same size as the white. And it's okay if you don't tear your sandpaper. If the sand covers up Relax Your Way, it's covering up the Y. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to give this a trim. Oop. Okay, looking good. So yesterday was new catalog day. Did you get lots of stuff? If you don't have a catalog, let me know. I will send it to anyone who orders a bit through me. I don't want like a $5 order because I have to recoup the cost of the catalog, but I would love to send you one. Isn't that nice? So crisp. Now how did that happen? Lick it. Okay, so that is done. So now this guy, I'm going to color him and cut him out. And I have one right here. So this is slate. His shirt is bay. His shorts are granite. The chair is slate. The sand is crumb. So I'll put him here. It's nice, the combination of these colors. And I'll put him on dimensionals. Oh, I want to do that grass. It's just a little hint. You don't have to do it when you're doing this project. Uh-oh, the stamp is coming off. I need to get me some more sticky on it. So, just a little bit of grass right there. I'll hold it up. See, it looks natural. At first I was thinking, oh, the grass won't look good there, but it does. Because that's what it's like when you're at the beach, you're at the dunes. Okay, so this could go on dimensionals. Okay, so that can go right here. And you know, it's a little bit busy, so I'm purposely going to put this somewhere where it covers up lots of the words, so it becomes a little bit less busy. Okay, so for the inside of this one is really simple, and I like that. Know that you are loved. A little bit of sand, a little bit of water. I think I'll do that again. Okay, know that you are loved. I'll do it in, that time I did it in Memento. This time I think I'll do it in Navy. Good. And I'll color the bottom, kind of pretending like it's the ocean, and then I'll stamp with the green for the grass. So I'm going to use crumb cake and make me some pretend mini dunes. Kind of like snowdrifts. Okay. and crumb cake light. You know, I'm going to use a big side. Sand, we don't have sand. Crumb cake is close enough, but in the blends, it's funny how we have most of the colors. It's like each color family is missing 2, 3, 4 of the blends. So I'm gonna do just a little bit of blending with this, just so my lines in the darker color are not quite so strong. I wanted those to be more just as shadows. How's that? When I put that little grass on there, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, that looks good. This is Seaside Spray. Oh, I know that's retired. I wonder if I should do, I don't want navy. I could do balmy. I'm gonna stick with Seaside. Just a little bit of an overlap. And like I said, when you put that grass, one little stamp of grass in there, all of a sudden, yeah, looks like you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, and I want to make sure that this is dry before I'm more checking the temperature of it, because the alcohol would make it feel a little cool. I want it dry before I stamp the green grass in there, because I don't want the stamp to smear. Okay, so Old Olive. Hopefully this thing stays on the block. I'm going to do it full strength right there. That's it. So as you look at it, it's like, yeah, that's okay. But when you put it on the inside with all these layers, it looks a little magical. So that's it to this project. I will put the paper sizes and all the products used on my blog, which is JilliBling.com. And let me know if you need a catalog. And I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye.